Good morning everyone. Today we'll study about the process of photosynthesis, how photosynthesis takes place and what all reactions takes place during the process of photosynthesis. Now first of all, you all know that chlorophyll is the green pigment which is present in the leaves or the green stems. So this chlorophyll, it traps light or the solar energy from the sun. Then this energy is used in splitting of the water molecules. The plant takes the water from the soil. So these water molecules are broken down. Splitting of the water molecules takes place with the help of the energy which is trapped from the sunlight. Now the splitting of the water molecules which takes place, that is, the water molecule breaks into H positive ions and OH negative ions. And this process of splitting, that is known as photolysis of water. Now photolysis means, photo means light and lysis means splitting or breakdown. So the breakdown or the splitting of the water molecule which takes place in the presence of light is known as photolysis of water. Now once this photolysis of water takes place, these OH negative ions which are produced, they combine together to form water and they will release oxygen in the air. So this is how we get the oxygen in the environment, the oxygen which we breathe. And these H positive ions which are produced, these H positive ions combine with the carbon dioxide, hydrogen, they combine with the carbon dioxide to form glucose, which is C6H12O6. And this glucose which is there, it is used by the plant. Glucose is used by the cells as a source of energy, and the excess of glucose or the extra glucose, it is stored as starch in the plants in different parts of the plant, and then it is utilized by the plant whenever the need occurs. Next we have leaf, which is considered as a photosynthetic organ. So photosynthesis occurs in the green parts of the plant. So leaves are the main photosynthetic organs, and all the photosynthesis occurs in the cells of green stems and leaves. Now what are the adaptations in the leaf to carry out photosynthesis? All the green cells which are present, they have chlorophyll in them, which is known as the photosynthetic pigment, the chlorophyll, which will trap solar energy. So this chlorophyll will trap the solar energy from sun. Then the chlorophyll which is present, it is present in the chloroplast. You all have studied in your previous class that chloroplast is an organelle which is present in the plants. It is a plastid. It is a double membrane structure. Two double layer structure is there, and you have the thylakoids present in them where chlorophyll is present, and they are joined with an interconnecting link. And the ground substance which is present, that is known as stroma, and these are the thylakoids. The chloroplast is a plastid which is containing green pigment, chlorophyll, and which gives green color to the leaves and some of the stems. Now the chlorophyll which is contained in the chloroplast, they are the actual sites of photosynthesis in the cells. And the leaves, they are broad and flat surface. They have broad and flat. Why? Because to absorb sunlight and carbon dioxide. So if more broader the surface, they will trap more energy from the sun. Then the leaves, they are arranged at right angles. So that more solar rays can be trapped. So maximum area is exposed to the sun and they will trap more energy. Then we have the presence of stomata. All the leaves in all the leaves stomata are present. These are the tiny pores which are present on the surface of the leaves, and they will help in the exchange of water molecules and gases like carbon dioxide, which is required for photosynthesis. So this is done by the help of stomata, the pores present on the surface of the leaves. And then in the leaves, if you will see the diagram which is present, they have intercellular space present in them. This intercellular space helps in the diffusion of carbon dioxide to every cell. I'll show you the diagram also. And the last is veins in the leaves. They have xylem and phloem elements. These xylem and phloem elements, the xylem helps in the transport of water and the phloem helps in the translocation of the food from leaf to the other parts of the plant, because the production of food is taking place in the leaves. So the leaves help to form food and it is transported to the other parts of the plant with the help of the vascular bunda, which is a phloem. Now if you'll see this diagram, this is a leaf, and this structure, the upper layer which is present, that is known as the epidermis, and in between this is the palisade layer which is present, and this is the spongy mesophyll cells. In between these cells you will see that intercellular space is present. Intercellular space is the space which is present between the cells. And the palisade layer which is present, it contains chloroplast, which contains the chlorophyll. And this is the diagram of the chloroplast having thylakoids, and these thylakoids, they contain the chlorophyll. And here these stomata are present. These stomatas are present which will open and the diffusion of gases will take place with the help of the intercellular spaces between the cells, and through them they will reach the chloroplast where chlorophyll is present, which will trap the energy from the sun. Now next we have stomata present. These are the minute pores which are present in the epidermis of the leaf. The location of the stomata, if the question comes that what is the location of the stomata, they are present in the epidermis of the leaves, and these pores help in the exchange of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere into the leaf and oxygen from the leaf to the atmosphere. So if this is a leaf, they have pores present. Carbon dioxide will go inside the leaf and oxygen will come outside through these pores, these stomatal pores. Now each stoma which is present, they contain two bean-shaped cells. These bean-shaped cells, which are known as the guard cells. And these guard cells, they open during day and they close during night. They have this stomatal pore. This pore is present which opens during the day and closes during night. Now during day, when photosynthesis takes place, these pores are open, so they will allow the carbon dioxide to go inside through this pore, and the carbon dioxide will enter in the leaf. Now at night, when there is no light, when it is dark, no photosynthesis is taking place, so this stomatal pore, it will close. The stomata gets closed and they are not no loss of water takes place through transpiration because the stomata gets closed. So to avoid the loss of water, the stomatal pore gets closed, so there will no exchange of the gases takes place during night. Now what happens is, during daytime, these guard cells which are present, the water flows inside through when the pores are open. So these guard cells, they become turgid. Turgid means they are swollen. So when they get swollen, the accumulation of water takes place inside these guard cells, so they are swollen and they bulge out, and there is an opening, and through this opening the exchange of gases and the water takes place. And during night, the stomatal pore gets closed, So there is loss of water. These guard cells which were swollen in the morning, they were turgid in the morning, they are now flaccid. They turn flaccid and the stomatal port, they gets closed. See, this is your bean shaped guard cells. So when in the morning the water flows inside, they become turgid, this pore opens, and during the night they lose water, they become flaccid and the pore closes. So no exchange of gases takes place during night. In the morning they get swollen and the pore opens. Exchange of gases takes place, carbon dioxide goes inside, and during night the pore closes, so no photosynthesis will take place. I hope this topic is clear. Thank you everyone.